Hello, I'm Kyle Brad from Chaparral Motorsports, and today I want to show you the brand new i90 modular helmet from HJC. This i90 modular helmet is going to replace the HJC IS Max 2 helmet. That helmet has gone to the wayside, and now we have the new and improved i90 modular helmet. This modular helmet is going to come in at that intermediate price point. It's going to start about $210 and go up to about $215, depending on the color or graphic that you choose. Now, modular helmets aren't for everybody, but if you're one of those people that like to make a quick pit stop, open the chin bar, have a drink, have something to snack on, close it back down, and hit the road without having to remove your helmet, a modular helmet is a great choice. Now, this i90 helmet is going to be a DOT and ECE rated helmet. Now, when you get up into the 3X, 4X, and 5X size helmets, those are going to be DOT rated only. So just take note of that if you have a head on the larger side. Now, before we jump into the nitty-gritty details of this helmet, let's hit a couple of the bullet points real fast. Now, the actuation on this helmet is extremely easy, super smooth, and very precise. With a single finger, you can pull this red tab forward and pull the helmet into the open position. There is a single latch point, and that's all the way at the very top of the stroke. It kind of detents into place. There are no other detents along this path of travel, so it's either going to be up or it's going to be down. There's really not an in-between spot to be able to have this helmet bar. Now, closing that back up again, let's take a look at some of the other features we have on the helmet. We have the ventilation here, which is very simple, easy operation. We have a vent here at the front, a vent here at the top, and exhaust vents out the back. Now, before we move to the visor, let's take a look here. These vents here are going to come in and they're going to defog the face shield, and they can provide fresh air for your mouth. Now, looking at the shield or visor itself, let's take a look here. It has an opening on the left side or an opening on the right side. This is going to allow you to be able to open this helmet from whichever side is most comfortable at the time. Now, in actuating this face shield, you're going to notice that there are detents, but they're very small detents. They're not very large. They're going to be enough to be able to, while stationary, you can have this shield in multiple locations, if you will, but they're very weak. So as soon as wind begins to hit this, it's automatically going to close. Another thing you might notice here on the face shield is we have pin lock tabs here. The pin lock is actually included in the box when you purchase this i90 helmet. A pin lock is basically a dual pane window that you can slide on the inside there that completely eliminates fogging. Moving up here to the top here, we have an intake vent that splits into two on the inside of the helmet that's very easily actuated by the hand. Simply slide it back and it's open. Moving on to the back of the helmet, we have numerous exhaust vents here. These are going to allow the wind to flow over the helmet to grab, as a Venturi effect, the air that's on the inside and kind of pull that warm, moist air out of the back of the helmet. There are not any further vents down here along the bottom of the helmet, just the ones up here on the back of the crown. One last feature to take a look at before we get into this helmet is the drop-down visor. To function the drop-down visor, you simply pull this lever towards the back of the helmet and the shield will deploy. If you want to retract the shield, you simply push that lever forward until it locks into place. Now, moving to the inside of the helmet, what do we see here? We have a really plush interior. It feels really good to the hand. We have a D-ring closure here. That is a very typical D-ring style closure. To fasten it, you're going to slip through the two D-rings, separate them, and then go through the one on the opposite side. Come back and affix the tail of the strap to the snap. That's going to keep it from flapping as you ride down the road. Again, a very rudimentary or tried and true way to keep your helmet fastened and secured onto your head. Now, before we get any further, we want to take a look at this outside portion right here. What they have done different on this helmet than the previous version is they've created contoured cheek pads here that have an additional flap here at the bottom. So if we peel this little curtain back here on the side, you're going to notice that the cheek pad actually stops further inside. That's going to allow that to fit contoured against your face. And then down here at the very bottom, there's this flap. That flap's going to sit down below your neck and it's going to stop wind from coming up underneath. That's going to be a great feature in order to limit the noise that this helmet makes. This chin curtain up here in the front does exactly the same thing, but just under your chin. Let's go ahead and get this helmet open as we start digging into the more intricate pieces of this helmet. Each of these cheek pads are going to be held in place by 3 snaps here on the inside. You're then going to have this flange right here that slides down in between the exterior shell of the helmet and the EPS liner. Now the process for getting the other side off is exactly the same. 1, 2, 3 snaps, if you will, and then we're going to pull out of this section here. Now removing the comfort liner here on the inside, we're going to have 2 snaps towards the base of the neck. Then up here at the brow of the helmet, we're going to have 4 different snaps that hold the comfort liner in place. When the vents on the front of this helmet are open, that air is going to filter in and be channeled through each of these grooves. Now you can see that the grooves continue all the way out the back of the helmet, and that's where that warm, moist air is going to be sucked out of the back via the Venturi effect found at the back of these exterior vents. Looking a little closer at the sides of the helmet where the cheek pads would sit, you're going to see that we have cutouts here for helmet speakers. Not just any helmet speakers. HJC has their new SmartHJC intercom system. There's a B10 and a B20 depending on what types of specs that you're looking for in a system. These systems are made by Sena. So Sena is a top-of-the-line Bluetooth helmet communicator company. They paired up with HJC for a seamless fit into this helmet. You're also going to notice that there are grooves cut into this material here that holds in a very specific location all of the wiring and cables that go to that communication system. It really is a plug-and-play type scenario if you choose to go with the SmartHJC intercom system. Now right here at the base of the unit here is where that SmartHJC unit will plug in. You're gonna have 2 screws that you're gonna undo. The main body and guts of that unit's gonna go here. And then the wires and cabling are gonna come out the sides into the ear pockets, and then the boom mic is gonna come forward. So now I'm gonna try on this i90 helmet so you can see what it looks like. Now please keep in mind that I typically wear a small size helmet. I'm about a 55 centimeter, and this is a large, a 58 to 59, so it is gonna be a little bit big on me. Pulling it in place, I can say that the ear pockets are very large on this particular helmet. I'm gonna go ahead and fasten that D-ring so you can see what it looks like as well. So this is a feature of most all HJC helmets that they've got a groove cut out. I feel like my glasses arms are actually hitting that EPS liner here. Probably wouldn't be the most comfortable of all of the HJC helmets I've worn, but the glasses do slide in between my head and that EPS liner, so I'm gonna say they do fit, but it wouldn't be comfortable for a really long time, I don't think. Now, as far as the modular nature of this helmet, again, it functions extremely easy. Chin curtain comes down on the right spot, just below the chin. The shield functions with ease, but does not have any real staying power, if you will. Easily opens with either hand. Show you the drop-down sun visor. We'll go ahead and deploy it. Now I'll give you the 360-degree view in the closed position. And there you have it. Those are the finer details of the brand new HJC i90 Modular helmet. Again, this is an advanced polycarbonate composite shell. It's going to have several different shell sizes so that they try to keep the mold itself as small as possible, as it is modular and does have a mechanism and does look a little bit larger than some of the other helmets, some of the other full face helmets, I should say. They tried to keep it as light as possible. It does weigh in at 3.75 pounds for a large size helmet. Again, it has a visibly or optically correct visor on it that works really, really well. It is anti-fog, comes with a pin lock, has great ventilation, and the mechanism that functions this modular helmet is extremely smooth. Now, I've yet to get this thing out on the road to see what it's like aerodynamically and to see how much wind noise it actually has, but we will report back to you here shortly on just how this helmet feels out there on the road. So if you're in the market for an entry-level modular helmet around that $200 price point, take a look at the i90 from HJC. I'm Kyle Bratch, I'm Chaparral Motorsports. Thank you for joining me, I really appreciate it. If you like what you saw today, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want more action like this coming directly to your inbox, please hit that subscribe button and more importantly, the notification bell. Until next time, and as always, take care and ride safe out there.